Thank you, Ben. Yes, delighted to be joined now by development team manager, or well, for the second time actually, he's joined us on this slot, but a very busy 7 days for you, Steve, and the development team.
Yeah, extremely busy, Tom. We've had 3 games this week, which has been very tough. Fortunately, they've all been at home. There's a heck of a month coming up with 8 games in 28 days. So it's going to be another tough month, unfortunately.
That's a lot of catch up. And of course, they're not all going to be at home, are they? You saved yourself a travel to Merthyr, Carmarthen and Pen-y-Bont, all coming down to the Oggy Bridge, all coming down to Pembrokeshire. And of course, the match on the weekend and on the Oggy Bridge Meadow Stadium.
Yeah. We played Pen-y-Bont on Sunday, which was the last of the 3 games. And that was a good 2-0 win. Very tough team, Pen-y-Bont, as the first team are finding out. But even the development is... they were tough opposition, but we managed to grind something out on the weekend, which is great. Yeah,
because I know that you've joined us before and we've talked about what you kind of focus on with these young lads. It's under 19s typically for this development squad. You've got there's a lot of things going on in an under 19-year-old's life, and 3 matches in a week is definitely a bit of focus for them. Talk us through how you prepared them for the last 7 days.
Our actual week was game Sunday, light training session Tuesday, which is part recovery, part planning for Thursday's game Thursday, game Sunday. So they haven't done much training, or a lot of it's just been active recovery for themselves. We've been quite fortunate they didn't have a game with the college this week, so that was very fortunate. Otherwise, it would have been another game in their schedule. Trying to manage them is very difficult. But to be fair, they're all very sensible kids, and they look after themselves very well.
Yeah, and of course, it's been quite a good run of fixtures as well, isn't it? The local derby against Carmarthen, Merthyr Tydfil and Pen-y-Bont. And how many points have they come away with?
We've won 3 on the bounce, which is fantastic. And all clean sheets as well, which is even better. So, we couldn't ask any more of the lads this week. They've been sensational this week. They really have.
Excellent. What have been your standout moments? We'll go through each game. What were some of your standout moments from the Carmarthen match?
So Carmarthen is being a derby, it's always a very tough game, and a lot of people know each other, so to speak, on the pitch. Carmarthen's league position doesn't do them justice. They've turned over some big teams this year, and we just needed to make sure that we weren't a banana skin. But I thought we really dominated the game really well, but just the odd goal, but it was enough to get the win, to be honest.
Just enough. And then Merthyr Tydfil, what was your standout for them?
So Merthyr was another very, very difficult game. Valley teams are always very difficult to play against because they just don't give up. It's always physical. But then, again, I think the way we played, we asked the lads to try and just keep the ball and look after themselves in their physical side. But we were fortunate enough that, again, there's another game we managed to dominate possession-wise. Didn't have it all our own way, but we managed to weather the storm and then scored a couple of good later goals then to close out a 3-0 win.
Excellent. And then over the weekend, Pen-y-Bont also at home. And of course, a name there, which I recognise because I announced him coming on for his senior league debut, Fletcher Picton, getting onto the score sheet.
Yeah. Fletcher managed to get on a score sheet. He's been finding it very difficult. Frustrated, I think, is probably a better word for him in the last couple of games. He managed to get on the score sheet, which is great for him because he's a very, very good lad. And I was really pleased with him. Really pleased with his attitude and his application on Sunday. Yeah. And of course, sorry, I was just about to say. Obviously, he's been performing superbly well. I think he scored 18 and 21. I think so. I think he's up there with the top league's scorers, which obviously then pushes him into the first team environment, which Pens has obviously picked up on, and he's been doing okay in there as well.
Yeah, has he been humble about that, about crossing the whitewash for the first time with the senior team, or is he bringing it back to the development squad?
He trained with the first team during pre-season, and he crossed Pens' wrath, and he's under no illusions what he's stepping into when he goes in there.
Excellent. And prolific goal scorer in that division, picking up maximum points last week, which actually puts you at the head of that table.
Yeah, we're 3 points clear now with a game in hand, and we have to play second place Britain Ferry as well during our last 8 games. So yeah, it's going to be a very tough run-in. But we put a target on our back, and everyone wants to beat us now. So it's just the part of the game, unfortunately.
And of course, Britain Ferry seniors battling to be hopefully Haverford County opposers next season, tussling it out, is it? Gletley and another team. It's Ammanford, isn't Possibly. It? Yeah, so they're doing their best, and they've got a development side to boot with it.
Yeah, they've got some really good players. Obviously, Rio Dyer's come through that sort of area, obviously along with others. But now they've always been a very difficult opposition for us. They were the first team to beat us this year, first game of the season, and then we managed to go up there and turn them over away. So it's going to be a lot riding on it when we eventually play them. It might be the title decider come the last game.
That is very exciting. And of course, Penybont, I'm going to mention them again. Not quite well, 7th position deciders. Let's hope that 2-0 is a good omen for the senior squad when they take Penybont on the final match of the season.
Hopefully, because obviously they've got a tough 3 games now for the first team, and I'm pretty sure, obviously, that Pens is going to be pulling on us now for players to be in and around that squad, which means they're not, as I say, we'll have to pull on our 16s to hopefully maximise our squad, which is going to be a tough run-in as well.
Yeah, the knock-on effect on the conveyor belt of the academy into the seniors. So how many fixtures remaining for the development team?
So we've got eight fixtures in 28 days, 4 home, 4 away. We've got the top 4, Britain Ferry, Cardiff Met and Llanelli all at home. We've got to go to Cambrian on Wednesday night with 8 o'clock kickoff, which will be a nice late one. And then we've got Penybont, who we played the weekend away on Sunday, 6 o'clock kickoff. So another nice late one. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and the lads are looking forward to it, and they're looking forward to the challenge.
I was going to say that they're in pole position. That challenge, the excitement must be going around the academy a little bit. But what's your role now? You spend so much time gearing them up for these matches, which of course are still there, but you can't let them get ahead of themselves as well. And it's one game at a time, I assume.
Yeah, it is. I think Pens used the phrase cup finals last year, when they were going for Europe, and I don't think keeping them grounded isn't a problem. Sometimes they do manage themselves exceptionally well. But yeah, it's just taking each game as it comes, doing what we need to do for that game. And one of the messages we keep saying to them is, if we can't win a game, then make sure we don't lose it. We've kept 6 clean sheets in our last 7 games, which gives you a great springboard to go and win games from, and obviously certainly not lose them. So yeah, I think we've got the best defensive league record in the league. I think we conceded 22 goals, I think, something like that, which, we just look solid most of the time, to be fair. We know we're going to score goals, and we know we're going to keep them out. So yeah, things are looking really positive for us.
Yeah, you mentioned the phrase earlier, possession. You're very much you want the under-19s, that development team, to learn how to be comfortable with the ball at their feet, and to pass it around, which hopefully will translate into that senior team, I assume. Yeah,
as I said before, I think personally I'm very big on technical ability, because they need that when they go into the senior environment. Obviously, physically they'll grow and mature as they get older. But they need a good base, and that foundation has got to be technical ability. So, and as I said, this year we've really done well in training with the first team a lot and being involved with them. So they know exactly what they're letting themselves in for when they go up there.
Yeah. I was going to finish off by asking, how do you keep them focused with the lighter nights now that the clocks have changed? But you do that by making sure they've got so many matches in 28 days. So I'll shift it forward to summer and the off season. But what's your message to them towards the end of the development season?
A lot of the time is just what they've achieved this year. They always want a little bit more. I mean, obviously next year we lose 5 players. We lose, I think, one or 2 lads to America on scholarships. No doubt there'll be players going away to university in their 3rd year, for instance. So, it's going to be a massive transition year for us this year, which is why I think it's really important that we go and try and achieve something this year, because it then sets a precedence going on for the whole academy, I suppose, next year, which, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we can achieve.
Yeah, the under 16s and the other age groups coming through. If if all goes well and you finish on the top of that table there, then that's the pressure on them to retain that, which is great. And it's a testament to you and the all of the academy for bringing these players through, and wishing you the best of luck. Remind us again how many fixtures left?
8.
So the details are going to be on the social media. It was great seeing the updates on the social media over the weekend. So if you want to go and support the boys, are there going to be more fixtures back at the Bridge Meadow?
Yeah, there's 4. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head because there's just so many games. But yeah, we're away obviously this week, and then the following week I think we're home then. The following week, I really can't remember the fixtures off the top of my head. There's that many of them.
That's fine. And of course, the seniors are back in JD Cymru Phase 2 action as well at the Oggy Bridge Meadow Stadium. So come down and give your support to all age groups at the Oggy Bridge Meadow Stadium. Purist Radio are going to be there. Steve Batty, thanks so much for your time, and a big good luck to all of the development team as they head into these last round of fixtures.
Thanks, Tom. Cheers. Really appreciate it. Thank you.